I wonder. Nice. Looking real good. Hope you're doing wonderful today. Today what we got going on is going to be checking out a custom playmat from YourPlaymat.com. I was contacted again by Cindy from YourPlaymat. She reached out to me this time asking me if I'd be interested in a custom playmat with my logo on it. I was super excited about that because I was actually going to go ahead and get myself one with my own pocket, but they reached out to me and got it to me this way, so it kind of made my dream come true that way. If you've seen lots of my videos in the past, I have used playmats pretty much as backgrounds just because I think they're a nice background. They got good imagery, they're sticking to the table, they're not going to damage any cards or anything like that. And I've always wanted one with my custom logo on it. And yeah, so this kind of made that happen. So we're going to open it up and check it out. In the past, they have contacted me and I did get some custom card sleeves from them. And I did do a video review of that as well. So I'll put that link in the description below if you are interested. Also in the description of this video, there's going to be like a link and a code. If you do want to buy anything from YourPlaymat.com, if you use my link or the code, it will send me back a little bit of money as well. And yeah, it'll just be kind of beneficial to me and you get some cool stuff out of it. So if you do want to buy anything from them, go ahead and use that link and I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, we're going to open this up and just really check it out. One more thing, they did send me this for free, but I'm still going to give it my unbiased, honest opinion and review of how I think the playmat is. So let's go ahead, open it up. This is the box that it came in, just like a generic long brown box. It's long because I assume it's rolled up like a tube. And inside of it, it's just a playmat, just like that. It's got a rubbery back on it. Feels really nice. Let's open it up and flip it around. Ooh, get this going. Look at that. Very cool. Nice. I just got my logo front and center on it. Got a nice white background on it. Feels very smooth. Nothing's coming off on my fingers, no weird films or no fuzz or anything like that. I'm not sure what material this is. I'm not sure if it's a polymer or like cotton. Honestly, this is my logo. It looks wonderful on there. You can compare it to my channel logo if you're interested. Here's the card sleeve right next to it. I will say the card sleeve has a little bit more vibrant and bright colors. That's kind of to be expected because this is printed on fabric or this is printed on like just flat plastic. But honestly, you're not going to mistake this for anything else. Super nice quality. Doesn't look pixelated or anything like that. I really like it. Nice. Looks like there's a stitched edge to it. On the back of it, it is that rubberized back. In the background right here, this is an Ultra Pro playmat, so I'm going to kind of compare it to that. You can see the Ultra Pro one's a little bit more matte looking, the rubber on the back, but honestly it feels the same. Honestly, the YourPlaymat one feels a little bit more grippy, but that's possibly because I've had this Ultra Pro one for years, and I've used it as a mouse pad in the background for a while. It's got a little squeak to it when I did that. And it does look like there is stitching on it. I'm just going to kind of do a once over and see if there's any weird loose ends on any of the stitchings. And I believe the stitching is to prevent any fraying of the playmat itself. Doesn't look like anything weird. Here is where it's kind of stitched over on itself. I'm just kind of messing with it, see if anything pops out from it. Doesn't look like anything's really popping out from it. Really nice. And yeah, I'm going to kind of crumple it up and see how that does. Turn into a nice little ball, flip it out. And yeah, so it looks like some sort of like smooth surface. It's not going to be able to crumple up or really fold or anything like that, which is nice. So you can either just kind of toss it in a backpack, or if you really want, you can kind of roll it up and throw it in a tube, whatever you'd like. Really nice, I like that. I kind of want to put it on the table just itself and see if it slips a lot. So once it's on there, it's pretty much the same tension as you get from just like an Ultra Pro backed one, which is really nice. It's better than it just being a piece of fabric on the table because obviously it would slide around a lot. So that is cool. Let's see what we got here. Next thing is I kind of want to measure this thing. It's 24 inches pretty much, just like a hair less by maybe 13.5 almost. Yeah, just a little bit more than 13.5, like 13.75 inches by like 23.8 inches pretty much. if you're interested about technicalities. One thing I will say is, I do like how the Ultra Pro one doesn't have the stitched border. This one does have a stitched border. We'll kind of see how that goes. I've never had one with a stitched border. I'm not sure if it's going to increase the longevity of it, but I've never really had a problem with this one with fraying or anything like that. But it does look a little bit cleaner with the stitched border, I would say. The next thing is, I'm going to tell you a little bit about YourPlaymat.com, and then I'm going to test some cards on it. So pretty much YourPlaymat.com, whatever image you want, you can upload it to their website and they'll be able to put it on custom sleeves or playmat or mouse pad. They might even have other objects that you can kind of put your imagery on. But I just think it's a really cool service. Like I've always wanted to get my logo on something. If you always want to get a certain image that you drew, a certain magic card, or really anything you want, you can put it on there. It's a kind of a cool idea. They do offer like it says premium editing of your images that you send to them. I'm not really sure what that entails. Maybe like if you kind of had a little bit of a fuzzy image or a little bit pixelated, or the contrast or brightness was a little bit funky, they might put it through some filters, or someone might touch it up a bit just to make it look as best as they can on your playmat or sleeves. They do have stitch edging options. I have the white stitching. You can also get black stitching, and you also can get clear stitchings. I'm pretty sure the clear stitching means that whatever color your background is, it's going to kind of extend it out there. So if you had like a red background, it's going to be like red stitching. If you had like this side is blue, this side is red, it'd be like blue stitching, red stitching to kind of extend the artwork. I'm pretty sure what that means. It could be clear thread, but I really think it just kind of extends the color of the art itself. They do also have options for like card zone playmats. If you like to have like an organized playmat with like your library, your graveyard, your mana, your creatures, your spells, they will have like little rectangular sections for each of your cards, which is cool if you do like to keep a really organized battlefield. And they do offer that for Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Dice Masters, Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball Super, Digimon, and Flesh and Blood. If you are interested in those, I'd definitely check out their website to see kind of the setup of where each rectangles are located. I really don't know off the top of my head, but it is cool that they offer that in case you really like that. You can also get any custom text you want on here. If you want to say like happy birthday, or like quiet sweet playmat, or really whatever you want, you can just get custom text on there and they'll put it on there. It is like 2 millimeters thick, the whole thing, including the backing. So if you want to know how thick it is, it's about 2 millimeters thick. Another thing cool about it, it is ironable, so you can iron it with an iron, and it is also machine washable. So if you ever have dirty hands, you're outside, you're playing in the dirt, or you're working on a car or something, you come back in and you smear dirt all over your playmat, you can just honestly take it, crumple it up, throw it in your washing machine, pull it out, and there you go. It'll be like a brand new playmat, which is cool because I don't really think about these things being washable, but it is nice to know that they are machine washable. The next thing I want to do is I want to pull out some cards that I really care about and just kind of rub them all over it and see if it starts catching on the edges or does anything funny. Because if it starts catching on any of the parts, like in the middle or the edges or something, that'd be a little bit of a bummer, because this is a playmat and it's meant for playing cards. So let's check it out. This is one of my favorite decks. This is my Squirrel Deck. Let's do a card that I really like. Mr. Deranged Hermit. Let's go ahead and try with that guy. So I'm just gonna rub it on it. So it doesn't seem to be catching at all, which is what you want. You definitely don't want cards catching. Really smooth. They're just sliding around. Wow, it's actually sliding a lot. Feels like an ice hockey table, or like one of those hockey tables, or like an arcade where you hit the puck back and forth. I'm kind of having fun with it. Doesn't want to catch, I'll flip it over. Slight catching right there, but honestly it's not bending the card or anything, which is nice. And I did flip the card over, and if you know card sleeves, they kind of have a little bit of a curve down where the back is kind of safe to slide around, I guess. And this side has a little bit of catching, but honestly it's not bending it or anything like that. I really wouldn't worry about that at all. So I was worried a little bit about the lip, but I guess I don't have to be as worried as I thought I had to be. And the next thing is, I just kind of want to put out like a board state, like a bunch of cards, and just pretend like I have a game going. Got some mana there, got some graveyard, got some, let's pretend it's a planeswalker, let's pretend it's an artifact or enchantment. Got my library here, maybe the exile pile down here. So this is kind of like a fake little board state, just to let you know how much room you're working with if you have something like this. So definitely enough room if you want to play any game. Obviously, this is like a big token deck, so I'm going to be pumping out a whole bunch of tokens. So even on a big table, that'll run out of space very quickly. Especially with a deck like this, I like to use counters as tokens. I'll put it on a card and kind of count out how many tokens I have. But honestly, you have a whole bunch of real estate. If you do want to play any card game, it'd be more than enough space. But yeah, honestly, this thing is pretty sweet. I've always wanted a custom like playmat with my logo on it. I think it looks wonderful. I'm super happy that Cindy from YourPlaymat reached out to me again. Got my own little custom playmat logo. I'm sure you'll be seeing this in a whole bunch of videos. And yeah, just really cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it answered all your questions you had about your playmat, or just kind of if you're interested about their playmats. Again, I'll put a bunch of links in the description for links and stuff like that if you do want to use them. I'd really appreciate it. Just want to say thanks for stopping by, play some games with your loved ones, and I'll catch you all on the next one.